Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today we'll be looking at Energy Control Mega Scizor deck. So basically, Mega Scizor is 220 HP beast. It's a metal type with 2 energy attached. You can hit with Iron Crusher for 120 and you can discard special energy attached to your opponent active Pokemon or Stadium card in play. Amazing. Resistance minus 22, Psychic, which means that you can definitely take a nice advantage against those Mega Mewtwo decks, but unfortunately against Volcanions you should probably have auto loss because of that fire weakness. And that's pretty much it. A main attacker Mega Scizor, backup attacker Cobalion with the Revenge Blast who can hit for 30 plus 30 more for each prize card your opponent actually taken. That's all. So with Cobalion you can hit for 180, with Iron Crusher 120. And you can even maybe attack with your Gale Trust at turn 2 if you don't have Mega Scizor for 110, of course, if you can promote your Scizor in the active position from your bench. So the main focus around this deck is going to be, of course, to set up that Garbodor in play turn 2 with the Garbotoxin, so we can actually control our opponent's abilities. So he's not going to be able to set up to use Jump Water Shurikens and stuff like that. And of course, with Crushing Hammers and Enhanced Hammers, control our opponent's energy field. So if you can control energies and disrupt them and deal the damage by the same time, our opponent is not going to be able to get back from that. Trust me, that's just my opinion, and it definitely works in that way. So as you can see, 15 Pokemons, 37 trainer cards, and only 8 energies. So let's start with a Pokemon line. 2 Shaymins for the setup, 1 Cobalion, 3 Scizors. Of course, we want to start with the Scizor in the active spot, just because of running only 2 Float Stones. 1 Hoopa-EX. Hoopa with a Scundering for that 3 Pokemon EX setup, and a line of 2 Trubbish and Garbodor. So running also from trainer cards, 4 copies of Crushing Hammer. Flip a coin if it has discard energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon in play, which means that you can discard special or basic energy. 2 copies of Enhanced Hammer will give me the option basically to discard a special energy attached to one of my opponent's Pokemon in play. So basically with Enhanced Hammer, my opponent is not going to be able basically to play those special energies because I will just be able to disrupt them with Enhanced Hammer. So take a look at Giratina-EX. If your opponent has Giratina-EX in play and he decides to attach that Double Dragon energy, you can just Enhanced Hammer and that's pretty much it. There is no more Double Dragon energy in play. 1 copy of Escape Rope, it can always help, but you can, for example, cut that Enhanced Hammer and add 3rd Float Stone, since I'm only running 2 Float Stones and 1 Escape Rope. 2 Mega Turbos, since just 2 energies are required for a attack, we can just energy attach Mega Turbo and our Mega Scizor is ready to roll and rock and roll again. 1 copy of Super Rod, 4 copies of Trainers Mail, 4 Ultra Balls, and 4 VE Seekers. From item cards, I also run just 2 more Float Stones for the retreat, of course, on my Garbodor, and 3 Spirit Links. To be honest, possible tech card, if you want to include in this build, can be the Max Potion, just because we can somehow scrap all the damage off from the Mega Scizor, and with 1 energy from hand and a Mega Turbo we can have Iron Crusher again for 120 with 220 HP ready to roll. So basically with Max Potion you can definitely take also more advantage. Pretty much 1 Delinquent, discard any Stadium card in play. If you do that, your opponent discards 3 cards from his or her hand. Very nice disruptive card. 1 Lysandre, 3 copies of N for draw. It's very important to have turn 1 setup. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore. In addition to that, I'm only running 1 copy of Parallel City. It can help me basically to remove my Hoopas and Shaymin from the bench. But the reason why I'm only running 1 Parallel City is just I really need to have more space for those hammers, so that's the reason why. As I mentioned earlier, 2 Float Stones and basically 3 Spirit Links, 8 energies. 2 of them are actually shield energies, so basically with the shield energy I can reduce the damage that my opponent can does to my Mega Scizor for 10 and 6 basic energies. The reason why I actually go with 2 shield energies and 6 just basic energies is because sometimes with 4 shield energies in play and maybe no energies in my discard pile, no basic energies in my discard pile, or just special energies in my discard pile, I'm not going to be able to use my Mega Turbo, so I guess you don't need more than 2 shield energies because you'll probably have maybe only 1 or 2 shield energies at the same time attached to your Mega Scizor, but also they can easily be enhanced with Enhanced Hammer or with Stardust Jirachi. So as usual, if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on CCGCastle.com. You can find the link in my video description. And with TCG Center 5 code, you can also get 5% discount on your purchase. So I will do one game, so you can definitely see how this deck works. So stay tuned for that and enjoy. So see you in the game. Okay, guys, let's do this. So today I'm playing with a Mega Scizor and tons of Crushing Hammers and Enhanced Hammers. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this deck will work. So I'm starting with my Scizor in the active position, and I also have my Trubbish for the bench. And there is also Ultra Ball, which is definitely gonna help a lot for that Hoopa. So I get extra setup right here. I'm going to play my Ultra Ball and will discard my Delinquent and one of my energies in order to take that Hoopa. Of course, we'll attach... Okay, first I will play my Hoopa, of course, and we'll grab 2 more Scizors. No, better 1 more Scizor and 1 Shaymin, so I can have 1 more space on the bench empty. Shield Energy. Then I'm going to play my Escape Rope, so I can get 5 cards instead of the 4. Really need to get my Float Stone, so I can shut down my opponent and Carving Safeguard turn 2 with my Garbodor. That's the most important thing at this moment. And there we go. Couldn't get better than this. Parallel City is actually going to be placed to my opponent's side, down to 3. And I will play my Sycamore for 7. So what else I need right here? Basically Spirit Link, so I can Mega Evolve, and that's pretty much it. So having 2 Enhanced Hammers in my hand, which means that if I see some special energies, I'm going to be able to scrap them easily next turn. Oh, I totally forget to use my Seeker for Sycamore. I don't know if my opponent will be able to lock me somehow if he play... Okay, so there is M. Even better. I don't know what kind of deck he plays. Maybe he plays Zygarde Carbine Wildbloom, so maybe some crazy item lock can happen. But luckily I already have my Trubbish in play on the bench. So there we go with a Trainer's Mail. Okay, so Trainer's Mail for the Ace Trainer. And a Level Ball. So since there is a Level Ball, it might be for another Carving, but it just might be for Oddish, of course. Oh, for the Carving with the Energy Keeper ability. Luckily, there is Ultra Ball sitting in my hands, so I don't need to worry too much about those energies. And of course, I really just need to find my Mega Scizor right here. Do have option to get my Mega Scizor, but of course, I will take a look for that Garbodor first, so I can basically shut down my opponent safeguard ability completely. And I can even play my Crushing Hammer just in case if I don't get Mega Scizor right here. So there we go with Professor Sycamore for 7. And as you can see, no sign of it, so I guess I can just use my Gale Trust, so I can hit for 50. So without Mega Scizor, unfortunately, I cannot one-hit knock out his Carving, but the good thing is that I can at least apply the damage. And of course, I can use my Crushing Hammers because he don't have Crushing. He right now don't have energy in play, which means that he need to find 1 energy to use that basically Diamond Gift. So there's another Level Ball, which is gonna be maybe for another. Okay, for the Spinner. Okay, very interesting. So it might be Arieto's Machamp deck, but luckily that Parallel City in play will help me a lot, and also my Garbodor in play is going to help me a lot. So let's see. Yep, it's a Machamp-EX. Oh boy, Machamp-EX with that Steaming Meta deck is just crazy. I mean, if I hit for 120, he's going to be able to hit for 240, so you can definitely count how many damage is that. It's just so many damage counters that I can just not imagine that. But that's pretty much it. So I have lucky. I will put 1 of my energies onto my Scizor and we'll roll with my N. Really want to keep all my resources so far. Just need to find that Mega Scizor so I can hit basically for 120. And if I want, I can discard Stadium from play, but I definitely don't want to do that. Do I want to play my Super Rod? Well, I can do that. I can definitely do that for another Mega Scizor. So let's go with the Iron Crusher. So this is going to be enough for the knockout. Still don't want to discard my Parallel City from play, because I want to get that Delinquent so I can even disrupt my opponent's hand a little bit. So there is another Metal Energy, and in my discard pile, pretty much only one Crushing Hammer and one Enhanced Hammer used. But the most important thing, there is also Delinquent. So Carving with the Energy Keeper just came in the active position, but more than that I don't see anything. Oh, just one Strong Energy, which can actually easily be discarded. And there we go with the Lysandre on my Hoopa. Alright, boy. So we really need to get my Float Stone right now. And this is not going to be that easy. But I guess I can always retreat with my Hoopa. And in the meantime, I will try to get some Crushing Hammers. At least one will be good. Alright, but the most important thing, I can use my V-Seeker and the Delinquent, so I can disrupt my opponent's hand right here for 3 cards, and he will go down to 1. And I'm definitely controlling this game so far. I have 2 more energies to be attached on my Hoopa. So I'm going to attach 1 right now, and another next turn, so I can have that free retreat. And that's pretty much it. So he discarded that N from his hand, another Spin Arc, and 1 Carving Break is already in his discard pile. Well, there's 1 Lysandre in his discard pile. But what is the next card, the last one he actually have in his hand? It's pretty much hard to say. Maybe it's a V-Seeker, maybe it's not. It's pretty much... Yep, it is V-Seeker for Professor Sycamore, which is going to be Sycamore for 7. But the good thing is that his field is empty. There is no sign of the energies. But of course, 1 Carving Break and energy can definitely do crazy things, because he can easily in this way attach 2 more energies from his discard pile to one of his Machamp on the bench. And this is definitely very good. Hopefully that's not going to happen. And there is 1 Fighting Energy, but will there be also Carving? Who knows? Well, there is also Ultra Ball, which means that he can easily grab, right now he's Carving a Break and put it onto Carving, and basically use that Diamond Gift for 20 and attach 2 more energies to one of his Machamp on the bench. Alright. But the good thing is that after I manage to retreat, I can just hit for 120, which is going to be pretty much enough to knock out his Carving Break. And this is going to be second Carving Break in his discard pile. He still have 3 V-Seekers to play, which means 3 more Lysandres in theory. So there we go with 2 more energies. So I have 1 more Crushing Hammer and 1 more Enhanced Hammer. Let's go with the energy attachment, 1 Crushing Hammer, which is going to be Heads. And of course I will discard that regular basic from the Machamp. And we'll roll with my end. So if I can hit an Enhanced Hammer, I can easily disrupt that another special energy from his Machamp. But unluckily for my opponent, there is no Enhanced Hammer sitting in my hand. So this is just going to be retreat. And Iron Crusher for 120. And I'm going to take 1 more prize right here. So 1 more prize, guys, which means that I'm down to 4 prizes, and I still need to take 4 prizes to win this game. And there we go with a Trainers Mail. So without energies in play, it's hard to play, to be honest. So I only have 1 more Enhanced Hammer left, and that's pretty much it. So only 1 more Enhanced Hammer, but that Enhanced Hammer can actually be very good, and it can help by a lot. So there's a big Lysandre again, and this time he decided to Lysandre one of my Cobalions instead of that Hoopa on the bench. Okay, even that is not a bad option. So I have 2 of my energies in my discard pile, and 3 in play, which is 5, and 2 in my hand, which is 7, and I'm running 8 in total. So let's go with a Trainer's Mail, and there is a Float Stone. So I do have Float Stone right now in my hand, but what should I do? Should I attach my Float Stone on my Cobalion? I guess I can do that, definitely. And I'm going to attach 1 of my energies onto my Hoopa. I really want to be prepared for another Lysandre right here. And this is going to be Iron Crusher for 120. So I can take one more prize, which is a Scizor-EX. Okay, not bad. I still have that one very, very important a Mega Turbo sitting somewhere in my deck, which is going to be definitely useful. So his Machamp can actually just hit for 80 with a crazy hammer, but that's pretty much it. And after that, he's probably going to be confused. Oh, actually, he will not be confused. He can use Steaming Mad and then confuse himself. So there is a Ultra Ball for Fail to Search. No more Carbings. As you can see, 4 Carbings are in his discard pile, so he can just go with Professor Sycamore, which means that for this turn, I'm not going to see Lysandre, which is very important news. And I still need to take 3 prizes. There is one more Strong Energy, which means that he can use Crazy Hammer for 120 plus 10, which is 130. But since I have that strong Shield Energy, is going to be 120. A tons of damage, to be honest. A tons of damage. So one Enhanced Hammer can do a crazy thing right here. So can I find maybe that Enhanced Hammer? Probably not. Probably not, but who knows? Maybe I can. I really need to knock out his Machamp. He is the last line of his defense right here. There we go with 120. And there's a big V-Seeker sitting in my hand, which means that I can go with my V-Seeker 4. Pretty much. Let me see. Professor Sycamore, because I really don't need any of these cards anymore. And of course, I'm looking forward for that Lysandre, so I can Lysandre his Ariados for the last prize. But there we go with Enhanced Hammer. This is very important. I can discard one of his Strong Energies right here. And also, I can hit with my Iron Crusher, which is going to be for 120. And I can also discard one more Enhanced Hammer from his Machamp. So right now, he needs to find a way to attach one of his energies to the active Machamp, which is going to be very, very important. Of course, if he decides to knock me out with that Steaming Mad, I can then just easily promote my another Mega Scizor, hit with that Iron Crusher for 120, which is going to be enough to knock out his Machamp, and still I need to take only one prize. So there is Trainers Mail 40M. I'm still looking for that Lysandre, so I can actually Lysandre his Ariados for that last very important prize. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energies in play and 2, 3 in my discard pile. Oh my gosh. So Lysandre on Shaymin means that he can actually Lysandre my Shaymin, and I'm not gonna be able to power up my Shaymin for the retreat. Hopefully he can find energy right here. No sign of the energy. Okay. What can I do with my Trainer's Mail? I can take Lysandre or not. Well, I will just pass my turn, actually. I will just pass my turn right here. Let's see if he's going to be able to attack with his Steaming Mad right here. So, yeah, the biggest problem right here just might be those energies. So, 2 fighting energies. And if he decides to knock out my Shaymin right now, next turn I can respond by knocking his Machamp. No, he actually decided to attach one of his energies on his Bansheed Machamp. This is pretty cheeky. Alright, so there we go. It's my turn. I'm going to pass. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. 10 in total. He has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in total. I guess I can deck him out by playing just N a couple times, but there we go with the big Super Rod, so that Super Rod will actually help him a little bit to bring back those Carbings in deck. So I guess 2 Carbings and 1 Carbing break will help a lot. Okay. Will there be right now Steaming Mad for the knockout? Really cannot confirm. Okay, so there is 1 fighting energy, so it might be a knockout, might not, it's pretty hard to say. A V-Seeker for Lysandre, okay, so probably he's looking forward to knock out my Mega Scizor with 120 damage. No, he wanted to get knocked out against my Garbodor, okay, very interesting. So Steaming Mad for the knockout, 250. So I lost my Garbodor. And I'm going to promote my Mega Scizor without damage in the active position. And of course, this is going to be a knockout with my Iron Crusher, no doubt about that. And I can take 2 more prize cards. So which 2 cards I'm going to take from the prize? And Ultra Ball. Okay, not bad. So I can expect to see that Machamp in the active position. So again, one more time, all I really need is that Lysandre for the victory right here. Of course, as long as he will not play that Lysandre down to my Shaymin. So there is Ultra Ball, probably for the carving, and I guess he's not going to be able to retreat. But right now that carving is going to do a tons of problems because I don't have any more my Garbodor in play. Okay, so there we go with a carving. So carving is going to be for the active for the bench, not for the active position. So he's down to 7 cards, 5 prize to take. I'm down to 2 cards, 1 prize to take. There's a Poisonous Nest, of course, and I think he also had that N sitting in his hand. Not 100% positive, but I think he actually have 1 more N, so he can definitely use that N. So there is a big switch on the carving, and I think right now he's going to play that N, and I will go down to 1 card. Yep, true. Which means that I will get a V-Seeker. Okay. V-Seeker, but no Lysandre in my hand, in my discard pile. But at least that V-Seeker can be for Professor Sycamore. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's a Parallel City. What should I remove from play? I guess Shaymin-EX. Yeah, definitely. It really doesn't matter if it's Shaymin or Hoopa. I cannot retreat any of these 2. So there is a 1 strong energy attached, and well, I guess I can win just by ending out my opponent right here, and that's even part of the game. I mean, I can just use my end, he will not have more cards to take, and yeah, I managed to win, so that's the most important thing. This is the disrupt version of the deck, so it means that you need to, either way, leave your opponent without energies or without cards to drop, so yeah, definitely easy win right here, even against that carving. So as you can see, Mega Scizor with energy control, it's pretty interesting deck to play, but it can be definitely frustrating for your opponent because you can scrap so many energies. You have 6 hammers in total, you also have the Delinquent, and of course those shield energies who can actually reduce the damage from your opponent attacks in play. So once again, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you like this video. Till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.